Four ordinary guys with extraordinary ideas for Disney parks. This is Main Street Musings, the experimental podcast of tomorrow.
Hello and welcome to Main Street Musings, the experimental podcast of tomorrow. I'm Tanner, and joining me today is... please turn off your cell phone, Eric.
What up? I do what I want.
And for the last time, no flash photography, Jake.
Oh man, hey there, hi there, ho there.
And sir, I think you're in the wrong seat and I have to ask you to move. Brock?
Just throw him out.
Brock?
Oh yeah, let's just throw him out of here. Brock, get out.
Get
You're
out,
done.
Brock.
So, Brock is not with us today. He's doing something. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, he's not here. That's all that matters.
Yeah, we had to throw him out.
I feel like this episode is going to be half as long without Brock here because we're missing...
To ramble.
Well, both his ramblings and us giving him shit about it, like, accounts for a really awkwardly high amount of our content. So.
Yeah. Well, let's be honest. We're still going to rip on him, even when he's not here.
Yeah. Wherever you are right now, Brock Gabbert, and I mean this sincerely, fuck you. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I was gonna say I hope you're having fun and that it's enough fun to make me missing being able to defend yourself worth it.
And also, before we get started, a little bit of excitement. On the day we are recording, I would like to wish a very happy birthday to our very own Eric Hand.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, ready, Tanner? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Eric. Happy birthday to you.
Yay.
You still won't vote for your idea.
Are you two? Are you three?
You don't
Are
want to
you
keep
four?
going.
Are you
Jake, trust me. Yeah, baby. 33 down, like 7 to go. All right.
Oh. Oh, no. It's funny because it's true. All right. All right. T-Money, what are we doing today?
Today we are talking about stage shows again, stage and stunt shows. 2, I believe.
Yeah.
The squeak.
We intentionally saved this one for when Brock was not here, since he doesn't have a degree in theater.
Yes. We had to make sure he wasn't here to talk about.
We knew he should be part of this one.
Yeah. Something he absolutely knows nothing about.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Oh man.
I'm excited. I love stage shows. They're one of the coolest parts of going when they're good.
Absolutely.
And Disney always pours a lot of money into it, make sure the quality is right up there with sort of like the Broadways of the world, and it's exciting. And I don't know. You guys ready to pitch? Just get into this?
Yeah, I think I'm ready. I'm not as well versed in theater as you guys are, but hopefully I can keep up.
I don't think you need to be like super.
I don't think we're gonna get too into the nitty gritty.
Yeah.
I don't know how many people would enjoy that.
That's true.
Podcast.
All right, Eric, who is pitching first?
Today, Tanner will be pitching first.
All right.
So, my new stunt show is going to take place on the planet of Batuu in Galaxy's Edge.
Star Wars.
A new entertaining droid fighting ring has come to the planet as people watch world famous battling droids in the style of like battle bots taking place in a bunch of different battles where we combine like pyrotechnics with actual like controlled droid robots fighting each other in different ways and use of like projections for lasers and stuff, hosted by a lovable but scummy host, kind of running this like circus of droids that fight each other.
Nice.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That sounds sick.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And next up, we got Jake.
All right, so for my pitch, I was thinking one great type or genre of stage show that you see in the real world is magic shows. And while Disney does rely a lot on magic techniques and illusion techniques in their stage shows, they don't have a straight up just magic show. So my idea was, I was calling it the Enchanted Ensemble, but obviously we can come up with a better name. I was thinking it would be a stage show hosted and starring all of the magical characters in Disney. We're looking at Yensid, Merlin, Sorcerer, Mickey, and I would like to see them all come together to kind of put on like a magic show using, Disney's cool stage techniques and projection mapping and all that stuff, but also real illusion, like if you went and saw like Penn and Teller or somebody like that. Yeah. And I would like it to be kind of plot based, I'm thinking, and maybe then that would give us an opportunity for some bad guys to take over the show, like maybe Ursula, being the Sea Witch. I think it could be a lot of fun. So that's my quick pitch for that. The Enchanted Ensemble.
I love it. I love magic shows.
Yes.
So good. I got to see Siegfried and Roy before the tiger went crazy.
Nice.
Very good.
How was that?
It was really good.
Awesome. Yeah, I love magic shows too.
All right. Well, I guess I'm up next.
Yeah.
So my pitch is the Fiesta de los Muertos, sort of taken from the Coco universe.
Nice.
It would. God, I don't have the guy's name written down because I take terrible notes. But it would be hosted by the father that the has been taken. This is like set after Coco. It's not like in the universe of the story of the movie, right? Mm-hmm. And it's. I kind of view it more as a review and less of a plot-based thing. I don't necessarily see like a villain coming in to throw things out of whack, but it would just be like a very stylized representation of, Latinx culture with some mariachi bands, some acrobatics, and it would be, be cool to set it in dinner theater. I was thinking kind of like you go in, you have a cool traditional Mexican meal, and this is just really cool, bright, neon, vibrant show that celebrates that culture. So that is my pitch.
Nice.
But before we get there, I have absolutely no thoughts on where this goes.
Well, I was actually thinking the Mexico Pavilion might be a good spot for it.
Yeah, the Mexico Pavilion could be a really good spot for it. We'll see when we get there.
Yeah. I was thinking like Epcot as well, but like in Norway would be fun. Just like there as well. Yeah. And Coco.
Yeah. It's just in Brazil because they have no idea what is actually going on. And they're like, this is vaguely Latin, so let's go.
Close enough. Sweet. So does that take us to Q&A?
That does. Excuse me.
Oof. So my first question, Eric, just to verify, you said it's hosted by the dad. Did you mean the great grandpa Hector
the ancestor.
Or Hector?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Hector.
I guess that would be the great grandfather. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Cool. So Tanner, this show, is it going to be the same thing every time, or is it going to be like every time you go, there's different droids fighting each other, and you're not sure what the outcome is going to be?
I'd like it to be more of the latter, with like they develop a wide enough roster of droids where you can have different scenarios going on.
Yeah, I think that would be cool. I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah, that'd be sick. If like every time it was different and like there's new robots and stuff coming in that you haven't seen. I love that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And also, I was worried about like this being considered droid cruelty, so I wanted to put it out there. This is more like Pokemon rules where like they want to be there, they want to do what they're doing. Nobody like the droids don't die.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Like in universe, they're happy. This is what they like to do. They're not being
that's what they were built
into,
for.
like,
That's their purpose.
Droid fighting ring.
Like you see a droid try to escape and somebody like kills it.
That'd be kind of it wouldn't be fun.
I have a question. Yeah, let's like vaguely simulate like animal fighting with droids.
Yeah. I was thinking of cockfighting the whole time you were talking.
I think that would be an enjoyable family experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what I like about it too is the theming. Like, I feel like that would exist in the Star Wars universe. Like, that's got to exist somewhere in the seedy underbelly of the Star Wars universe.
Somewhere on Coruscant, just like in some back alley, this is just happens all the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
I kind of thought Batu kind of seemed like the type of planet too, where like
absolutely, at
that
Black
would be
Spire
some form of entertainment they would have come up with.
Batu seems like the kind of planet that does this like the way that you're talking about, a little more family friendly. We're not talking like the super back alleys of Tatooine, like where the Hutt cartel, where they are definitely forcing the robots to fight each other.
And somebody's snorting a line of crushed up death sticks off the top of an R2 unit.
I guess we could go this way too. Get your death sticks, order your death sticks, and you can actually snort them in the middle of.
And it's actually cocaine.
Colored blue.
I have a question for Jake.
Yeah.
So when I love the idea of theming this around the story. Can you walk us through a little bit more about where your head's at with that?
Sure. I mean, so I was hoping you guys might be able to help me a bit with the story, but I was thinking that maybe the story is Sorcerer Mickey has brought us in to teach the audience about magic, and there could be some fun like interaction of, and kids love it where it's like wave your hands and shout the magic word, and then something happens, and it's like, oh, you weren't loud enough, and do it again. So they're teaching us about magic and illusion, and maybe they could show us how some like basic tricks are done, like. I know I mentioned them before, but Penn and Teller are some of my favorite entertainers. And I love part of their shtick is they show how some of their tricks are done. And then even though despite them showing how it was done, they do it again. And it's like, I still don't get it. Like, it was still magical. So it might be cool to show kids, like, you can even do magic and teach them some simple tricks and then do some of the big tricks. And then maybe we could have an opportunity for Ursula or Dr. Facilier, like I said, to interrupt the show and like, oh, here's the dark side of magic, something kind of like that. I hadn't, fully thought out the show, but
no, absolutely, and I like the idea, like especially if it's like an ensemble of heroes to begin with. Maybe bring in both of them. I don't see why it has to be one or the other.
Yeah, I like that too. I had another follow-up question for Jake.
Yeah.
You used the term real illusions. I wanted to know which illusions are real and what's the difference between a real illusion and real magic.
I guess I was thinking, like,
and will you incorporate real magic?
Real was a bad word to use. I don't know enough about magic to know the correct terms. I was thinking like a physical illusion, like the cup and balls trick, where it's all about sleight of hand, versus magic that is simply happening from projection mapping.
Yeah, I'm just teasing.
Okay, but no, that's a good question. I should clarify what I was trying to say.
But will we also be using real magic in the?
Oh, absolutely. Sure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We're going to have to go over to a Harry Potter world at Universal and steal some of that. Yeah.
Good crossover
steal some
episode. I love that.
Yeah. Tanner, are you thinking this could maybe be along the lines of, say, the we've talked about it before, medieval times, where it's like you kind of take a side when you go in, or is there going to be a definite bad guy and a definite good guy, like in like professional wrestling?
I think I think we do a little of like, I think I pictured it more as like bad guys and good guys.
Okay.
Like less like you get to pick your own side is kind of what I pictured from what you get with these guys. But I think we could also discuss the merits of doing like maybe the story of the show could be a tournament of them. So like you're not just getting stuff. I think that would be an interesting way.
Okay.
To kind of like create and like the story is designed so you're wanting to follow specific ones to win. Yeah.
Tanner.
Eric. Oh, sorry.
Go
ahead.
We'll get back there. Tanner.
Okay.
Is it possible to have like a reloadable game card with fake credits so that we can bet on?
You got to bring gambling in.
I love gambling. And I want to do it at the Disney parks in a way that
I was kind of thinking that it would be funny to have something with credits too. So it definitely could be fun to like, you could like bet credits and then like pay your credits though to give a boost to like certain droids and stuff. I think would be a fun way.
That'd be kind of cool
to kind of incorporate that.
That would be sweet. I just want to, damn it, I want to gamble on Disney property.
Don't we all?
Yeah. Jake, you had a question.
There's just like a little gift shop afterwards where you can get really shitty things.
Yeah, exactly.
You can get Space Tootsie Rolls for 500 credits.
So, Eric, your show, is the focus of your show like teaching about Day of the Dead or Latina culture, or what is kind of the focus here?
I think it's more Latinx culture in general, using the Day of the Dead aesthetic as an in that everybody understands. Yeah, I don't want to. I mean, obviously, I think the Day of the Dead is part of it because, you know, talking about, you know, ancestral respect and things like that. But it's mostly a showcase for things like arts that are, you know, indigenous to the area. Like I was saying, mariachi and, you know, certain kinds of like the dances and stuff.
Right.
So it's more like a showcase of Latinx culture than it is specifically that.
Okay.
Okay, I like that. That's really cool.
Yeah, sounds awesome.
Yeah, my only worry is, you know, I don't know what three white guys are going to bring to a discussion about that, but we'll get.
I like chips and salsa. But it has to be mild salsa. I can only handle the mild.
I only like the cheese enchiladas. When they start getting with the meats, it's a little crazy.
Yeah, and I've got to add sour cream to it.
My skin is the color of sour cream right now.
Smooth and creamy.
Smooth and delicious. Take a look, boys. It's my birthday. I think I'm ready to vote.
Yeah, I think I can vote too.
I have too.
Okay. Who wants to go first?
I can go first.
I'll go first.
I heard Jake first.
Okay.
So I am super into all of these ideas. I will have to say, though, the one that got me the most excited in my loins would be the Droid Fight Club. I'm going to have to go. I mean, yeah, I just have to go for it.
I'm not flaccid when I think about it. I'll give you that. Tanner.
Hey, Brock's not here to yell at us when we make those kind of jokes.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Like I said, I love both of your ideas. Eric, you kind of, though, at the end touched on my main concern of extending this into our full episode topic is I don't know how much I have to actually like bring about like the culture that won't be
No, this pitch was, I don't think ever intended like as a vote for me pitch. This is more like this is a thing I think would be cool if they implemented.
Oh, absolutely.
I agree.
It's a great idea.
A ton of value to bring in socially. I don't really think we should talk about it.
Yeah. I think we've talked about the outline of what we should talk about.
Yeah, exactly.
And then hand it over to theater creators who actually know what to do with it.
I really want nachos now, though. I think that might be what I have for lunch today. So thanks for that.
I'm going to the Tiki Bar today. Never been. Excited about it.
Oh, I haven't been yet either. You're going to have to report back on how it is.
Yeah, I will. All
right,
right, Tanner, so I'm guessing you're voting for Jake's then.
Yeah, I'm going to vote for Jake. I also I love the idea of, like, incorporating, like, actual real illusions into the parks and like that type of magic on the level that Disney could do. They could get some really great performers. I think that'd be fun. And I also kind of really like the idea of like letting kids in on some of the magic. I think would make it an enticing show.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where you're like, oh, I get to know a little secret.
Yeah.
From Mickey. Mickey showed me his little secret.
Wow. Now I'm not flaccid when I think of either of them. Man.
Eric, to be fair, that's not a word I would have ever used to describe you.
Yeah, I think of Eric. I think of like him always just being like a little hard, just like a little chip. When I said I was ready to vote, that was a lie. They're both great, and I don't know what to do. Because so here's the thing. Mm-hmm. The magic show is fucking incredible. It's and there's a lot to talk about there, and I want to vote for it. And then there's the droid thing, which is just so wholly unique that there's like this giant canvas for us to paint on, and I want to vote for it too. And it's really shitty because they're both great. So today I am going to vote for the Droid Fight Club.
All right. Hey, that's what I voted for, man. Like,
yeah. I mean, I'm not, there's no hard feelings. I just wanted you to know, Jake, that your idea is fucking incredible.
No, I'm honestly, I think I would rather talk about the Droid Fight Club anyway.
There's just so there's just so much that we can imprint on this idea, and
yeah, absolutely,
because it's so new.
I will be honest. It is a completely open slate because I don't have very many major specifics.
So here's
to talk about with it. So I kind of. And we can build this, I think, together from the ground up with the idea. So here's some things to pull from the Q&A section that I think would be a good entry point. Is that this is more of a tournament. That there's we'll call it to start with 32 different robots or something in brackets of 16 that are going through, and but so here's the complication with that. Are all of these happening at one time so that we see the entire tournament unfold in front of us over the course of one show? Or is this more of a wrestle, we're seeing individual fights and then they're moving on in the story so that you would have to come back and see them win? Yeah, so my initial thought was we do I want an array of 32 droids, but I think the story of each show, if you will, is a tournament consisting of maybe 8 of them.
So you're saying 4 fights,
and so each day is the unique the Batu Droid Battle Championship tournament. Is a name off the top of my head. And they can pull 8 of these, and with that group you can have enough different storylines where you're getting different interesting matchups every time.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Or as many times as a guest will go and really logically remember what types of things they saw.
Yeah. I think for that, we probably want to cut it down to 4. So 3 total fights, 4 robots in like an array of 32, just so that like, because those introductions can get kind of long, and I don't know if we want to go above like 45 minutes to an hour with it. So that would just be my thought. Just to simplify, we have 32. We have this WWE roster of 32 robots. Some have like good guy arcs, some have bad guy arcs. We get to see 3 fights every day, like semifinals, finals, and then, and
that also kind of gives like, I think you can kind of go with this storyline of like they have been battling through this tournament.
Yeah.
And like you've come on the day of the finals of it.
Yeah.
To watch the last couple rounds, and like I kind of like jumping over to the queue a little bit, like kind of giving like maybe in like a waiting room, like there are little like descriptions of each of these droids to kind of get like kids and like people excited about like who are we gonna see today.
And like it can be a little like a little meta too, because like in the descriptions of like the droids, it can self-reference back like the actual fights that have happened. And so there's like this off chance that somebody actually saw that and is then experiencing it, like the repercussions of that now. It's not like a high chance because you're filtering so many people through, but it doesn't super matter because you're giving a backstory, and then you are running the risk or running the chance of having somebody have like a really incredible experience, right? And so I think that would be cool. I would flip my shit if I came back like a year later and they were like talking about like like the championship that I had seen live the year before.
It'd be cool too if they had like a big screen and they could show like highlight clips like from over the year of some like cool things that happened.
Absolutely.
So I guess then I think that would be great, because then you'd have like an not unlimited, but a huge combination and a huge number of various combinations that you can do of droids. So the show is always fresh and unique, which is something that Disney shows could use a little more of sometimes. That being said, are we thinking that the outcomes of these shows would be fixed secretly, like behind the scenes, or is this like we straight up don't know what's going to happen?
My initial thought was that they would be predetermined on like what's going to happen, but there are enough scenarios so it's not always like droid buzz always beats droid rocks or something like that. So like obviously with like incorporating some special effects stuff, you're going to need to know what's happening. But in the world of it, I think we presented as like we don't know, which is solidified by there being so many options of the show people could see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting like a very strong pro wrestling vibe off of that. That the build up to it, right? Where we kind of know who's going to win, but we need that so that we can set up the cool moves and things like that.
Yeah.
Right. So then my next question, I guess, that I'm just thinking through, are we talking real battling robots like on the old TV show, or are these going to be more like props that are combinations of animatronics and puppets and people in costumes type thing?
That is what I was like 50-50 on and wanted to get some thoughts on as far as like what we thought, because like the practical side of me is like, yeah, they probably need to be more animatronic like that, but I really like them to be functioning battle bots as well. I like that'd be kind of cool.
Right.
Yeah, so what are your guys' thoughts on that? I guess initially.
I think
it's tough.
Yeah. Because I also want them to be battle bots.
Right.
I guess
there's like pros and cons for each. Yeah. You know?
I feel like if they were like full robots, that would be the coolest experience.
Yeah. And if anybody has the budget up for that, it would be Disney.
It would be Disney. Man, Disney.
I think in our blue sky they function as
the downside,
robots.
though.
Yeah.
I think the con, though, is because the movies use droids that are combinations of animatronics, human in costumes, and puppetry. Having real animatronics or just real robots won't look as Star Wars-ish.
Yeah.
You know? Like, real robots never look as impressive as what we see in Star Wars, in the Star Wars universe. And to get them to the level where they might be too expensive to have them out punching each other.
Yeah, fair.
I mean, I think if we add the human element, if there's like, these are like really sophisticated droid costumes, like that look like real droids, but there's like somebody in them, or I don't know. That could allow us like a little more motor functionality that the robot like would give over an animatronic, at least.
Right. Well, I'm thinking too, like the new Mickey heads, and the Muppets were doing this way back in the 90s, where it's like the head is an animatronic. So even though it's a costume, somebody off stage is controlling the mouth and the eyes and everything. So maybe it could be something like that. You know,
I kind of like that. The more we talk about it, is like very detailed costumes to make them look like droid beings.
Yeah.
I think is probably the way to go also, so we can get some more interesting like stunt work.
Right.
I think
into
it. I think that opens up a lot of possibilities for interesting stunt type stuff to be timed out more than maybe.
Yeah. And I'm thinking
the robot would be.
To clarify, not having a person in a costume, this wouldn't be like, it wouldn't mean all of the droids were humanoid. It would be like with the Muppet Creature Shop, where, you know, you can't tell that there's a person inside of it. Because they might be like in a weird crouching position. And, you know, so some of these are going to look like R2 units. I'm just sorry, I keep going back to the R2 unit. I'm just picturing if somebody took an R2 unit and like tricked it out to make it a battle droid, so it had like big like monster truck tires and like you know, like it looks like
100% be one of our droids.
Yeah. Like, I love the idea of people just finding like old droids on the street and repurposing them to become battle droids.
Yeah.
R2 destroy
R doom.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of the fun too. It's like you have some that look like very advanced, like humanoid types, and then you have like fighting like an R2 unit type droid. I think that's interesting and strange and fun.
Yeah. And I think we could have some opportunities for some funny moments, like, you know, in professional wrestling, you always have the bikini chick that comes out holding up the sign that says round 2. Maybe we have like a gonk droid roll through with a little sign that says like round 2, and it just kind of like drives across the stage. You know?
In a different day and age, I would have pitched C-3PO in a bikini. But
doing that awkward C-3PO walk, he like waddles across the stage.
Clunk, 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 we're past that being an option, and that's good.
Yeah, he's a pilot.
Yeah,
it wouldn't make any sense in universe, Eric. C-3PO works at the space airline now.
Does he?
That's
really?
like trying to put Rex out there.
No, man, I would never put Rex out there. Rex has got a duty to fulfill. He's got trips to Endor. He's got a bus.
He's a DJ now.
I'm glad they kept him in. I'm still upset about the Star Tours switch, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why couldn't they just keep Captain Rex? I don't know. or is he still on the Star Tours?
He is not. No, see, that's what Tanner was referencing. 3PO is the new pilot on Star Tours.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. But after years, they finally brought Rex back as a DJ in the club.
He's in Bat 2 now.
Man. Never, man.
Yeah.
Well, he's going to be a droid in our droid fight club.
Yeah, he's been fired.
He could be DJing there too,
Yeah.
Do we have part of what I the story that I'm seeing is like an MC of sorts, a large video screen for us to talk a little bit about these droid stories and some highlights of their experiences. Do we have an in-universe MC in mind? Or
yeah, you said you had like a sleazy game show host type character, right, Tanner?
Yeah, that's kind of what I had in terms of when I didn't think. I'm not super well versed in the like Star Wars extended universe canon.
It's not canon anymore. They ripped it up. When they did the sequels, they're like, all the extended universe stuff isn't real anymore.
Well, I'm not familiar with Disney's canon either.
I think an original character would be fun.
Stuff. Yeah. So I was just kind of picturing kind of like a lot of the people on Batu seem kind of like a little like underhanded at times. They're willing to like do money. So like not like an outright like a mean Fight Club promoter, but kind of like this guy who just hosts this, and especially if we do go with like this, you can gamble against the house on your galactic credits. He's just this guy who's always, maybe like one of his bits is he's always trying to like, it seems like he's pairing up like uneven droids to try to like give himself better odds to win by offering like ridiculous odds on these tiny droids.
Yeah.
And then like, so you get comedic moments of him being very frustrated when they win.
Yeah, it's just like a one punch, like you're talking about like BattleBots, just like uppercut to the chin and just like the head flies off.
Mm-hmm. Oh, like a reference to to that game. Oh shoot, what's it called? Yes. I love that game.
Oh, Rock'em Sock'em
Robots. Yeah. That would be a fun little reference.
And it just happens instantly after he's like hyped up like this little bot to win. It just goes up and punches the other guy, and then Shannon just wins.
I think that the host should be a live actor in a costume, probably an alien costume. I'm thinking, rather than a human costume. That's what I think too. And I think it would also be fun from a world building perspective to have audience members that are actually cast members or animatronic aliens, or in character, but like they're in the audience, just to make it feel like you really are watching this happen with the locals. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure.
Saying?
Yeah, I actually kind of like, I was going to say like the pod racing, everyone's favorite scene from any of the Star Wars films, no controversy there. Like the Hutts being up in like their spectator box. So like creating our own like version of that too, I think would be cool to kind of have like. Yeah,
having Jabba
up there and then having some there.
Well, Jabba's dead, but having a Hutt up in that box would be really neat. Mm-hmm. Or maybe we see like a bounty hunter or like a Mandalorian,
Mm-hmm.
Can I just like instantly put in my resume for this job of putting on a Star Wars costume and sitting down and watching a show for a whole?
Like, doesn't that sound awesome?
Sounds like the best
I feel like they could do
world.
some of it with animatronics, like some of the more bizarre creatures. But I think to really make it feel more immersive, you need humans in there interacting that are in costume and staying in character.
Well, and since it's like kind of a little bit longer show too, and just the style of it, I think it'd be fun to have like vendors.
Yeah.
Like
like walking
up
around
and down as like cast members too, kind of adding to like the liveliness of like you're actually at like a simulated sports event.
Yeah.
In the Disney
That would
parks.
be cool. That would be cool.
So they're selling like their own Star Wars version of like peanuts and popcorn and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I think that's sick, dude.
Yeah, and then I was kind of picturing the style of the arena kind of like almost like a gladiator type ring.
Sure.
So sitting all in the round.
Yeah, absolutely.
With like our entrance there. Or at least like 3/4. of it, and then maybe that last bit is where like we have like our big box and like our entrance and stuff, so people can get a good view of the cool animatronics.
Yeah, I feel like in this instance, to get a little theater technically, I think it has to be the round, because like that way, if we're blocking off one section of seating, it's just not going to be able to be staged correctly for everything to move 360. Right. So yeah, like you enter like a basketball arena, right? Yeah. And it has like that drop down jumbotron that we can do the stuff on, and that like rectangle space in the middle that we can watch everything.
I think too it'd be just a fun little detail, and I know this is also a practical thing that we might have to do anyway, but to have like the microphone hang down, it can lower down from the ceiling, and that's how the announcer grabs it. You always see that in wrestling and stuff. He holds the microphone that came down from the ceiling.
Yeah.
So I think that could be a fun little, thing to do.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's really fun, kind of making it just like imprinting Star Wars over this like very relatable universe thing. Yeah. Where people are like, yeah, I get what all of this is, and now we've Star Warsified it, would be like cool. A cool experience for people.
I think so too. And especially like, it doesn't take much effort on the Star Wars people for this, but just like keeping the running storylines.
Right.
And I think
which is what they say they were committing to, and it's like, okay, now you can say that that's what you want to do, but you need to back that up now.
This is a great place for it, and it enhances the experience a ton for people who come back. Which is not, a small percentage of the people who come to Disney, right?
Right.
Yeah. And also with like Star Wars fans, there will be people watching YouTube recordings.
Absolutely.
Of all of these fights and stuff.
Yeah. Well, and it might be cool to build up actual real life fan bases for some of these droids. You know, and you could start selling merch, because Disney inevitably would, with, you could have a favorite droid that you want to see, and you could buy like a shirt with your favorite droid on it, or talk about your favorite droid that you saw fight there. And it's just like a fun little thing.
And like it'd be cool to do like meet and greets with the ones that aren't like getting ready to perform, like having a couple of them like
get your picture taken with the droid
there, where you could do like a meet and greet with this other battle droid.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Plus, this gives us another opportunity to bring in original characters, which I am all about. I like having original park-based characters. Yeah. This is an amazing idea, T-Man. Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love it. I think this is great.
Cool.
Is there anything else that we need to hit on?
No, I think we've hit on pretty much everything. Like I said, I kind of had like a general idea of like what I thought would be a fun show, and I think we kind of fleshed out. We gave it a storyline that works, and found some cool ways to make it more interactive as like a group. And I wish they would do something like this. I think it'd be it'd be obviously a big undertaking, cool. But it could be really awesome.
And I feel like this is one that's not that hard for them to do. Yeah. It's not like we have good ideas on this podcast, but sometimes our ideas are like, okay, well, they'd have to buy another huge parcel of land, and they'd have to tear this down, and they'd have to dig a big tunnel under Magic Kingdom. Despite the existing tunnels, they'd have to dig tunnels even lower than that. This one doesn't seem that hard, to make happen. Yeah. There are people who, in their home lives, build battling droids for fun. Yeah. If they can do it, why the fuck can't Disney?
This is something that the technology is there. It's not inventing anything new. It's just a matter of strategic planning and putting in the resources to make it happen. And we're very sad that they're not going to do that. So
really sad actually.
We want explosions and lasers.
I will say that this is probably the closest pitch that we've had from the inception of the show that is both stylistically really interesting and feasible. Because we've had some very stylistically interesting stuff. We've had some very doable things, but this is probably the best fusion of them. So good job, Tanner.
Yeah, thank you. Nicely done. And on that note, let's move on to ideas that perhaps are not as feasible or stylistically pleasing. It is the lightning round.
I love the hell out of these things, so let's go. Let's go.
Spin that wheel. Okay, today we are doing a walkthrough attraction. Somebody give an example of a walkthrough.
They have a lot of them in Disneyland Paris, right?
Yeah, that's where they're most
those
popular.
Are the main places where I'm thinking of them. But there's also the Robinson Treehouse.
Yep, or as it became in Disneyland,
the
Tarzan Treehouse. Yeah, Americans are not as into them. They find them to be boring, but they're still they could be fun.
Only exception is haunted houses. Americans love haunted houses. Walking through those.
Americans love horror. I don't understand it.
Yeah. So anyway, today we are doing a walkthrough themed to one of our favorite IPs, intellectual properties on this show, The Muppets. Walkthrough starring The Muppets. Who is up first?
It's me. Seriously, guys, I rolled this dice 3 times so that I wouldn't have to go first, and it came up my number every single time.
It was a sign error. It's your birthday. You gotta go first. You're the birthday boy.
That's how I was explaining away cheating not going first was by, it's my birthday, they're not going to give it this to me. No, the universe did not allow it. All right. 3, 2, 1, go. So, we are going to join Gonzo, Kermit, and the gang as we walk through the streets of Old Hollywood in Muppets Noir. And we're going to go solve some crimes and mysteries and explosions. Old-timey cars breaking through walls. Rizzo the Rat wearing a zoot suit. Miss Piggy doing some swing dancing. Roaring 20s. Muppet Noir walkthrough. That's my pitch.
Solving the famous Bean Bunny murder.
Yeah.
I kind of really love it because I love the Muppets and I love noir. So that's just the perfect
that one's
thing.
for you, Jake. Yeah.
Thank you. That one really hit home.
Jake just single tear going down his cheek. That was beautiful, man. Oh, that's my number again. Stop it. Okay, great. This one is Jake.
All right. So, my idea is that we will be doing a walkthrough of the Muppet Theater where the famous Muppet Show was held. We will get to see the stage. We will get to see the box where Statler and Waldorf live. We get to see Miss Piggy's dressing room and all the funny stuff that ensues there. We'll get to see Dr. Honeydew's lab, Bunsen Honeydew and Beaker. And we'll get to see the crazy experiments. And we'll just get to walk around and see all the wild and crazy things going on in the Muppet Theater. Fozzy's stand-up, the rats, Gonzo's stunts going wrong.
All right, Team Money.
All right, confession time. I kind of liked the Muppets TV show. That was a workplace documentary. And why does this seem random? Because we will be touring the Muppets workplace offices. But of course, this is the Muppets, so they're not going to be on our tour just boring offices. Wacky hijinks are going to be happening as they're preparing for different celebrities to come in. Each room will be kind of different as a different Muppet is taking over the duties of their administration.
Nice. Yeah, I liked that show. I did.
I liked it. I thought it was a fun...
I learned today because I did not know that existed.
You didn't know that it was on ABC. They only did 1 season, I think, and then they got canceled.
I think
it was like The Office.
John Mayer.
Yeah, it was like The Office, but with the Muppets.
It was just capitalizing on that Parks and Rec Office phenomenon.
Yeah. And the big thing in it was Kermit and Piggy actually officially were broken up. And Miss Piggy dates Topher Grace at one point and makes out with him. And Kermit admits that he and Piggy had those celebrity, what is the celebrity you would have sex with if you had the opportunity? He admits that they had one of those, and Kermit's was Chelsea Handler. And he meets her in an elevator, and he gets really nervous. So that's why some people were uncomfortable with the show because it took the Muppets to that level.
That sounds awesome. Also,
I liked it a lot.
I'm super stoked whenever Topher Grace can get into stuff that doesn't suck. I love Topher Grace. He's great. But he's probably... dude, that guy's got to be like flat broke by now. He hasn't done anything in a long time.
He's on a show now. I keep seeing ads for on Hulu, I think.
I think it got canceled.
Already? I thought it wasn't out yet. It's like him and his siblings, or one of them's rich or something.
Yeah, I think that was like a 3-episode and done thing. I'd have to don't quote me. Don't quote me on that. We'll look it up. I'll come back next episode and confirm is Topher Grace eating or not. Right. Topher, if you're out there, come on the cast, buddy. You get some a little bit of exposure.
Yeah,
we'd love to talk to you.
There's no payment.
We're not gonna shit on the Venom thing. Just like come and hang out, okay? Cool.
So normally this is the part of the show where I would tell Brock to take us out of here, but he's not here. So what do we do?
Our Twitter is twitter.com/MSM_podcast.
You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Main Street Musings.
And on Instagram at main_street_musings.
And he would have been Brock. And he's not here.
So much more professional, boys.
But if he were here, he would tell us or tell you to rate us 5 stars, go vote for our Twitter polls, and see you next time. Yeah. And then we all go, bye.
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 Call us Topher.
Droid fighting, droid fighting, droid fighting, droid fighting, droid fighting.